Hey everyone, this is the fourth episode of Anani. Welcome. I am your host Kazuki, and with me is my co host Ai. For today's episode, we will be discussing Isekai, like the genre, anime, manga. I think anime for today. So, what we'd like to do is discuss what Isekai is and then talk about our favorite titles and why we like them and basically just talk about why this genre is appealing. So, you wanna start us off with a title, or maybe you'd like to define what isekai is.
Well, basically, Isekai just means another world. So there are like famous tropes in the Isekai genre, which is number one, they need to be an individual who lacks social skills, and then they need to be antisocial,
Is that
and then no work, probably how should I say it? A need, basically.
okay?
So no education, no employment type of thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
a neat.
So a need is a term which refers to individual who does not have employment or education background.
And that's the usual. That's the usual
Yes.
protagonist of isekai.
Yeah, that's the usual characteristic of the protagonist, but it may vary from story to story if the author wants to keep that characteristic or traits. Because what's great about this another world is that you're given a new chance, and it's up to you if you want to change your life or just be stuck with your old ways. So that's the thing about it. It's a escapism, basically, in literal form.
Okay, so like the basic formula is just having this stereotypical character, most of the time stereotypical,
Mhm.
uh, transport into another world, and then the story just goes from there, right? Okay.
Exactly. Yep. For most of it, they keep their original memories. So basically, they still have memories of their teenage years up to the present day they died or transported. So there are cases that they died or they are actually transported. So there's a different classification for that one. I forgot the exact term, but there's also a type for that. Yeah.
That I did not know.
Oh yeah, I think there's a three kinds. One should be dead, and then your spirit will be transported. The other one would be summoned, and then the other one would be just spirited away. Just
Oh,
a portal opens up, you got into it, you get transported.
I did not know that.
So there's that.
I
Yeah,
should look into that. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
And then for the newest, I think for the newest version of that is that video
Oh
games.
yeah.
You play a video game, you wake up in the game, and then story starts.
Nice. I think I'm more familiar with that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because that's how Sword
yeah,
Art starts,
sure.
and probably most of the recent
Yeah,
animes.
so
Yeah,
are online. So speaking of which, what makes a good isekai?
probably the world building and exactly how should this character or the main character to like integrate her or himself in this new world. You need to understand that they keep their old memories. So basically, they have a certain knowledge of things, of how things work. Depending on how the world of that new world works, they will have
Some kind of advantage.
well, yeah, they get some kind of advantage. But the thing is, they are also accustomed to certain lifestyle that would not be available in that new world. So it kind of it's kind of fun just to explore those ideas.
Um, let me see. What kind of let's put together like titles. Do you have specific like maybe top five for you and top five for me?
Top.
See if I can come up with top five Isekai titles.
Let's start with yours. I actually forgot what's my top five.
I think for me, it would have to be. I like The Devil is a Part Timer. Is definitely on there. Um,
Yeah, that's one of the reverse
yeah.
isekai.
Um, there's also No Game No Life. I I also like. Hmm. Um, there's. I'm not sure if it's written, but Inuyasha is sort of isekai in a way. Yeah.
It is an isekai. Yeah,
It's
it's
in
an
a.
isekai.
Oh man, that's kind of hard. And then, I think I've seen some of Log Horizon, and also um, I'm not sure if it's isekai, but Gantz is one. But then I don't know if it is. I'm not sure. But if I'm gonna throw in one that I have just recently seen, it would be Overlord. So you've suggested also. So yeah, so that would be like my five. I haven't seen a lot. Maybe I just don't know that they fall into that genre, but those would be it.
So there are a few older isekai, but by then, back then, Inuyasha is not considered an isekai. It's just shonen.
Mm.
So basically,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
that's true. I think is it recent the genre?
Isekai is a new genre. Yeah, it's not a 10-year-old genre. It's very young.
Okay, so what you
So
got?
yeah, for mine, I have Outbreak Company. It's a story about um, a NEET who got employed by the Japanese government to sell merchandise, manga, video games to another world. And then that's how our story began.
Interesting.
Another one is Lag Horizon. Lag Horizon is a very um, good isekai. It's actually older than Sword Art Online, but it did not get the same hype as Sword Art Online. Yeah, but it's still very good anime. It's more on a. It's not action heavy, but it's more on set and talk, slice of life kind of thing.
Yeah, and I think it's got a more an even set of characters. Like they get equal screen time, or at least that's how it felt to me.
Yeah, exactly. And the main character's a strategist, so that's not really a very action role. Yeah, but the mind games and the scenarios that how they actually deal with it, it's very interesting.
I should
And
again.
what else? So Overlord, it's another one. It's one of the famous isekai. And lastly on my list is Mushoku Tensei. It's considered as one or the granddad of isekai genre. Basically, it started all the tropes that modern isekai follows, but in the best way possible.
I've not even heard of it. Sounds very interesting. I should check it out. When did it come out?
Just this month, the anime, the web novel was around.
What is the story about again? Is that the one that you said
The story is about a neat, a 30-year-old neat who got hit by a truck and then transported to another world as a baby. And then we see the story from there. Basically, he is a 32-year-old in a body of a infant.
Okay.
So we get a lot of inner monologue.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's interesting.
we see him grow up. There are parts that, as a 32-year-old man who has a father of a 21-year-old, you know, so that's a very interesting dynamic to see. It's a very interesting thing to see. Very good anime.
Okay, I'll have to check that out. Those are always the fun twists that they put on the protagonists and how they're introduced to the world is always interesting, especially when
Exactly.
they're not built to be overpowered at the start. It's always
Yeah,
nice to see the development.
it's not. It's he is not very a slice of life, and then turn into an adventure, and then yeah, it's a balance of slice of life and an adventure anime.
I think that's one of the things that I like that I feel like what makes a good isekai is that balance, or like at least
Yeah,
have some. Because I don't want to see just all fight scenes all the time. It can get monotonous at a certain point. Yeah.
yeah. You tend to anticipate what's
Yeah.
happening with action anime. Yeah.
Yeah. So anything so for your top five, what do you like about them? What do you not like about them?
Top five. Um. So what I like about, let's start with, which one do I have? So Overlord. Let's start with what I do not like about Overlord. Uh,
Sure.
Probably the lack of inner monologue, because Ain's inner monologue is actually very. It's more of a imposter syndrome, because in the anime we see a bit of it, but not as much as on the light novel. Maybe that comes around with the medium, because the medium does not allow a lot of inner monologue. Yeah.
Okay.
Ainz is basically just a simple man, so it it does not reflect as much on the anime. But in the light novel, you could see him that how hard he struggles with every conversation with the guardians.
Like I think for Overlord, well, because I just started and I haven't really read um the base material, so
Yeah.
it's kind of missing for me the stories of the other characters, but I'm expecting that they will be
Yeah.
revealed like sometime in the future or moving forward is what I hope.
What's your perception of Ainz or manga at this point?
I think I'm on episode 8, like somewhere starting there.
Okay.
First season.
Okay. So how do you perceive manga at this
I
point?
mean, he's pretty cool. I kind of understand where he's coming from, but at the same time, there's not a lot of explanation as to why he's stuck there. Like even out of character explanation by a narrator or something like that, or some kind of explanation. So
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of
Yeah.
hard not to wonder where the other guild members are or what they're doing, and then how this world came to be. And then I, I kind of like his attitude and his take on things. I mean, he is a lich, so he does have that. It's just it
Yeah.
is. I mean, as you say, he's got the imposter syndrome, and there
Yeah.
are instances where he has to, I guess, act out his role as the overlord, and that kind of clashes with
Exactly.
his, I guess, his inner morals if he still has one, because he did mention he is kind
Yeah.
of he has lost touch of that part of his humanity. I think early on, but yeah, it's too early to
Exactly.
tell
Yeah.
more, but that's what I got from it.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much exactly what you will get in an anime without knowing the backstory about it. That's pretty much how would you interpret Ainz. Yeah. But if you read the source material for the Overlord, the scene alone on the arena, the pressure that the guardians are feeling, those are just skills that Ainz is trying to control, but does not know how. So it comes out to them that, or he is trying to pose as this powerful being in their eyes, but to Ainz, mentally, Ainz is just suffering that he could not control these skills, how to turn it off.
Oh, okay. Makes a little more sense because it's hard to grasp that when you don't have the source material as a basis and you're only
Yeah,
watching basing on the anime. It
yeah,
kind of
exactly.
just seems automatic on the anime that he has control, but
So yeah, that's exactly. Yep. On I like Overlord because on those kinds of basic scenarios, there's a backstory behind it, and it's not apparent, but there's a reason why it's happening.
man, that is crazy. Okay, that would be good to like on to that and save it for when I'm done with the anime to try and look at this
Yeah.
material.
Hmm.
I'd appreciate it more then. But yeah, it's definitely a good one. I think it also helps that I've already played D&D because some of the concepts seem like,
The
yeah,
skill system.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
without the only other con, not really con, I would say con is that there's not a lot of background on Yggdrasil. Like the world
Hmm.
itself and like this what kind of spells were used or what kind of abilities were there existence that were different from the new world. They didn't really expound on that in the early series. They
Yeah.
just kind of rely on Momonga to like say that, oh, they had those things came from
Yeah.
Yggdrasil, or we had this in Yggdrasil, and this there, and it's not here. Like how things are different. Yeah.
Even in light novel, the author does not overload the reader with a lot of information that is not
Mm.
needed. Basically, it's being explained because it has a purpose. For things that does not need to be explained, it's basically not.
Oh, he doesn't bother with it.
It's not being
Okay,
explored. Yeah, yeah,
that makes
exactly.
sense. And is the source material done? And like, is it a light novel?
Not yet. We're still 2 volumes out till the ending of the
Oh wow.
light novel.
Oh,
Yeah, so about 4 to 8
oh my
years.
god. Okay. Is that seems like a lot to cover, and we can trust in a longer like.
Yeah, so basically right now we are on volume 15 and it's scheduled to end on volume 17.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. But the anime is it like season 3 seasons or four?
Currently I think it's 3 seasons. That's roughly around volume 7, I
Oh,
believe. So yeah.
it does
For
it feel like they're gonna continue it, or they're gonna try and wrap it
uh,
up?
well, based on the reception of the viewers, there's a good chance that it's gonna be get a season 4. It's always up in
Oh,
the air. Who knows with
yeah,
the studios?
that's
Yeah,
true, but we can hope. It seems it's very promising. I
yeah,
like
we
it.
can hope.
I enjoy watching it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good. No.
Okay. So there's Overlord. Talked about what we don't like. What about what we like about Overlord?
Oh, what we like about Overlord. Okay, so what I like about Overlord is that basically there's a reason why he is powerful. Getting a character up to a max level is something that you are worthy of, but being praised as a being who is basically higher than a god, you
Mm-hmm.
know, it's an interesting idea to explore those scenarios on how a person is being affected in terms of the way they think and the way they act.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
true. I I like how they set up the story to where Momanga isn't exactly a good character starting out, and but
Yeah,
he's not exactly evil either. So he's just trying to make the most of his time there. He just wants to test things out.
I don't know if I want to consider him selfish, but he kinda not selfish person, but the action he is taking is more of a selfish motive for some reason.
Yeah,
But he is not evil, not exactly on the evil that
yeah,
we know and define evil. Yeah, because as we move on to the story, we'll meet people who are much evil, although they are not as powerful as Ainz, so their evil is a bit limited. So you
yeah.
know,
So they're more of like a self-serving kind of hero. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and for Ainz, he is still trying to see what is this world, or how to interact with this world with the power that he has and the being that he is with. So
and it's nice that they did that because he has like a lot of stuff already when he started. He has all the legendary items aside from what he can do as a spellcaster, and then he has his bodyguards, his guardians.
yeah,
Yeah, so
I think Ainz is the only character with over 300
wow,
spells
that's a lot.
canon. Yeah, on every anime, 300 spells, 300 plus spells. Yeah. So that's a lot.
That's pretty, that is a lot. But that's going to be fun to watch. I like watching like how he's not
Yeah,
really trying
exactly.
to be OP at the start, even though he is in that world. So yeah.
Yeah,
So
and he's not using his power just to
yeah.
murder people, just because
Yeah.
he can.
There's like a reason for
Yeah.
why he's doing the things he does. So that's also kind
Yep.
of
Mhm.
refreshing than to just, here's a monster. Go slay the monster.
Yeah, and be a
Yeah.
hero. Yeah.
Yeah. I like that trope more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on. So we both mentioned Log Horizon. What do you like? What do you not like about Log Horizon?
What I like about it. What I like about it is it's the most game-like anime out there. Basically the systems, the skill system, um, the NPC
Mm-hmm.
interaction, and um, the
Yeah.
territory.
Yeah.
All of them is like game-like. Um, it's very game-like. So yeah,
It's a
I like that about a game, about the anime, and then I like the characters, but only the main characters like Shiroe and the
mm-hmm.
gang, but not really the latter characters that was add on to the
Mm-hmm.
series.
Yeah, I think I like the idea that it's more strategy based than just basic slash and hack.
Yeah,
So you get like this the
exactly.
unfolding of that, and it's can appreciate like the thinking behind it.
Yeah, and the idea that they need to think about how they would impact the world
Mm-hmm.
is not a usual it's not a usual topic that being explored in Isekai. So yeah. And to be a part or a major part of the series of how to deal with the resident of that world It's just amazing. It's just the execution of that plot is really interesting.
Yeah, I need to like go
Yeah.
back and feel like I dropped off at some point. Pretty well thought out.
Yeah.
Any cons? Like,
Uh, Cons probably the animation. It's
it's
not.
not as
It's not the best. Yeah. Probably if it's like a Sword Art Online quality anime or animation, probably it'll get more of viewership. But yeah, I'll take that animation compared to a
yeah,
better
that's
story.
true. It's a better trade off.
Yeah,
A better
yeah,
story would always lift up any any slides in animation.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean it's not too expanded, but then the focus is more on the characters' stories.
Yep. On their individual struggles.
I think it's more of breaks away from the usual. Could appreciate more the encompassing fight, not just like the action, actual action involved, but like the whole from planning to execute. Pretty cool. And I mean the characters are not designed badly. The animation may be lacking a bit, but they're pretty solid. There's
Yeah, they are pretty well explored character.
mhm. So what about say what do you like or not like about that one? I haven't seen that one, so I'll let you.
Okay, so the anime is still ongoing, so kind of hard to say, but um, story story wise, probably a lot of time jumps. What's great about Mushoku Tensei is that you see you see how they live out their lives in this new world. So yeah, as I've said, it's basically a slice of life with an adventure mixed in. So yeah, there are like two type or yeah, there are two time jumps in the story that kind of miss out a lot. So yeah, there are time jumps that happen from middle age to basically death. So yeah, I hope the story would have explored that at least a bit. I just don't want to see my hero from his middle age, and then the next scene would be his
Oh,
death.
yeah.
You know?
Is the source
Yeah,
material done or is okay?
it's done. It's done. It's been done for a few years now.
Nice. It would be interesting to see like what pieces they would.
What else I don't like? The harem. I don't like
Oh,
that
there's a harem.
each. Yeah, there's a harem. Each of his childhood friend became his wife, either accidentally or forcefully. I just want them to be friends. They're good as friends. They don't need to be like husband and wife.
But which one? All of them became his wife. Oh
Most of his childhood are friends.
my god. Okay. Well, how were they transported?
So there's four.
Transported. What was he transported? Wait. How was it? How?
Oh no. Basically because he grew up in that world. He started off as
Oh,
a baby.
okay. So his childhood
Yeah.
friends when where he grew up. Okay. Oh my god.
Yeah,
I think
where he grew up.
having your own harem. Okay.
He didn't meet them all at the same time. They or he met those girls on a separate stage of his life. So each girl meant differently,
Oh, okay.
but in the end, they all become his wife. Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay. Okay. I'm not really a big fan
Yeah.
of harems, but okay.
Same here. I'm not a fan of harem, but
But there's a
You know,
story in between.
people gotta have the harem.
You got
There's a story. There's a reason why.
You got to give some of that. There's if there's a good reason behind it. Okay, I could I could see that. Let's see. On my end, for Devil as a part timer, I don't know why this anime does not have second season yet. Yeah,
Season
I
2.
do not understand.
Same here.
Yeah,
Same here.
it is so good though. It has me laughing from first episode up because I think it's like the reverse. It's how usual isekais
Yeah.
start with our world and people get transported elsewhere or get stuck in a game somewhere. And
Yeah.
this one's like these powerful individuals from Enta Isla getting like sucked in or transported into our world without their powers.
Yeah.
And to just watch them struggle with daily life, having nothing. Yeah,
Daily life.
that was
Exactly.
funny. Especially when Sadao Mao got first arrived and he was accused of being, I think, out on curfew and cosplaying or something like that. That was funny. Yeah.
You know what I like about it is that his new mission is not going back, ending whatever war they are in, but just to be on the top of the corporate ladder to own a franchise.
Of McDonald's. Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
McDonald's.
the funniest part. He was like, he's trying to be the best employee of the month, I think, is what he's trying to go for every day. Just to
Exactly.
get that position and be in that position of power. And it's funny. Yeah.
And the hero became a call
Yeah.
center agent.
Yeah, that too. And I like how they first started fighting and all she had was this knife from a dollar store. And yeah, that's funny.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah. I don't think I have any cons except for the fact that, they have not made season 2 yet. Like, I don't know.
The fact that they ended with a
Yeah.
cliffhanger without
Yeah.
season 2.
I'm like, we need to know, like, what
Yeah.
happens in Enta Isla and
Exactly.
Because
Speaking of reverse
Yeah.
isekai, you should watch Recreators. It's also about reverse isekai,
yeah.
but on a different
yeah,
way.
add that to the
Yeah.
list. I'm gonna try and see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Devil as a part-time is a pretty good one.
Yeah, it's a good one.
And the sub is the dub, and the dubbed anime is not that bad because the dub that I watch because I can't have time
I see.
reading like I used to. My eyes are bad.
Okay. So you just have it on the background listening to it?
I do watch it, but it's just I can't read as well as I used to. Like my eyes are shut. Yeah.
Yeah, I see.
But it's pretty good how they're able to capture all these, like the spirit.
Yeah.
Fun. What else we got? What about
else do you have?
Outbreak Company? You did mention that one.
Oh, Outbreak Company is it's a very silly anime. It's just a slice of life with it's just basically exploring the story of how to run a business on a different world, being sanctioned by the government or the Japanese government. Yeah. So yeah, there's a twist in there. Before the end, but it's still pretty good. Yeah, basically it's the story revolves around a shop and then the impact of a foreign entertainment or foreign media to a culture that does not have a concept of leisure.
Oh.
Yeah. So basically, if you introduce this entertainment to people who basically no concept or prior concept to it, if they prefer, if they sips into the culture, and then what happened? and if you have a monopoly of its products, what will happen? Yeah, things like that. It gets very political
Oh,
to the point.
it's a new
Yeah,
take.
but it's really funny.
It's unique.
Yeah,
I could try that. Like, I don't think I don't have enough time to like look at stuff, so I don't really know what's new and what's good. But this is great. I'm gonna add this to my list. Stuff to watch after I'm done with Overlord. Any cons?
it's just very short. That's it. But it's a good anime. It's just 12 episodes.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
I mean, if it wraps up
No.
nicely, I'm okay with short animes. Just don't.
Yeah, it's a good ending for what it
Okay.
has now, or what it had.
That'd be good. Short and sweet. Let's see what I got on my list. I have Inuyasha. What can I really say that's not hasn't been already said about Inuyasha? I think I haven't seen the new one yet. So I mean, all that's good is there. I mean, it's an old one, an old classic.
Yeah, I stopped watching the new one. It's no longer my kind of anime.
Yeah, you've outgrown it.
Yeah.
It's appealing to the new
Yeah,
generation, I suppose. Yeah,
yeah, because it's still a shonen by the end of the day.
yeah. And I think it's just like how Boruto is. It's kind of hard to follow in your main the
Yeah,
footsteps of the main one. It's
yeah,
hard to replicate the success. But
exactly.
yeah, still pretty good. I don't think there's a lot of cons. I mean, I can't really complain about the animation because back then it was as good as the other ones of its time, and the story
Yeah,
is unique for its time. There's not a lot of the same genre, I guess, like Isekai, shonen Isekai, and it appealed to a lot of varied audience. There's fights, there's romance, there's stories involved, slice of life, and you have a fox boy. That's always appealing, and magic as well. So there's a lot of stuff that's new and great about it at the time. So not a lot of cons. Hmm.
yeah. Were you able to finish it?
No, because back then
Yeah,
we don't have the
same.
binge abilities that we do today.
I knew a lot of people who watch
Mhm.
Inuyasha, but none of them finished the actual
Yeah.
thing because it's just that long, and according to some, the quality drop off eventually. So they just
Yeah.
meh.
And by then, it's like so many other animes were coming out, and they just
Exactly.
capture
Yeah.
attention, and then before you know it, it's been long gone. But yeah, you look at it from time to time. Yeah, I remember that anime. Yeah, a slice of childhood.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. So what else did you have on your list? Yeah, or Log Horizon. Yay.
I already have one, two, three, four, five. I have five, so that's it. But I'd like to recommend Gate if you have not seen Gate
Why
yet.
not? Like, what is Gate?
Gate is about this soldier named Itami who basically a gate was basically a gate shows up in the middle of Japan. That gate is connected to a different world. Now, the first scene exactly happens how should first contact happens. Soldiers will send so each forces was sent in, and the first one who attacked was the world from which is not the same as ours. So basically, so they sent out their army. They kidnap a lot of people, and then they went back. They went back. So the response for that from this world is that the Japanese government sent out their army, tanks, basically all the modern military equipments to face down this this new world. So in other world they get flying dragons, they get horses, but pretty much medieval at that point. So the technology is not on par with ours. They are a bit obsolete. Still uses bows and spears. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Mm.
it's
I've seen
fun.
this first
It's
episode, or maybe I've heard of, or maybe I've seen an ad on it. Looks familiar. Sounds familiar.
yeah. So yeah, you will witness how a medieval force meets with this new modern
They'll
technology.
be decimated. Oh, yeah.
Exactly. But it's really fun in how they execute
Okay,
it.
I'll have to watch it. They'd
Yeah.
have to be like treated as gods or something.
They have helicopters, they have airplanes, they get missile technology.
Oh yeah. Okay. I see that. I can see how that's gonna create some kind of fun scenarios centered
Yeah.
back on shenanigans. E- I think, yeah, I think I've discussed all on my list. Did I mention No Game No Life?
No Game No Life is cute. I mean, I don't like it that much, but I don't hate it.
Yeah,
It's just I'm not into the story they're trying to tell.
I'm trying to remember what got me invested. I think I was know how good they really are as players. They seem
I
they
see.
were
Yeah.
set up to be like OP, like yeah,
Yeah, they're
yeah.
geniuses,
So,
and they work better if they're together, but they kind of antisocial, or
yeah,
they're suffering from withdrawal if they are not
yeah,
together. So that's kind of weird.
yeah. Because I think I've like I don't know how many seasons there are.
Just one.
Mm, yeah, I think I've
Just
only
one season.
seen
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Just one season in the movie.
Oh yeah, but I haven't seen the movie.
Same, same.
Yeah, that's a good. It's a little different, and there's a little weird relationship. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
that.
That I think there are countries who banned that series
Yeah, for
for
that
that
specific.
specific
Yeah,
reason.
I could see
Yeah,
that happening. Yeah, I just wanted to know like how powerful are they really, and who can come up against them, because that's just how they're set up at the start. Like there's not even a
yeah,
there's no challenge. There's no challenger. So I was waiting to see.
exactly.
That's what got me invested. I think is just to wait and see if there's something or somebody coming along who's gonna stir the pot or something.
Yep.
So those are our 10 guys, and what we like and what we didn't like about them. So why is Isekai so appealing? Like, it's kind of obvious, but
Um,
why?
it's kind of obvious why. It's escapism. It's basically, yeah. Um, it's the what if story that you like. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like daydreaming. Yeah, color, and I think it's because being transported somewhere else and having any kind of a just the point of being transported elsewhere and living a different life is also is appealing because a lot of
Yeah.
people probably like not try that. Want to see what that's
Yeah,
like.
the most relatable part is that they are very common person before they get isekai. They are your typical employee, typical nerds.
Yeah,
So
the
yeah,
everyday Joes and Janes. Like
you're a bit yeah,
you
exactly.
don't have to be special here to have something special there. You could just yeah
Yeah. Mhm.
think that yeah
It's like playing D&D,
yeah
you know,
like playing D&D.
just to insert that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, to insert it. Yeah. So which one would you like to be transported in if you were to
Um.
choose like the world?
Uh. I don't know. Overlord is nice, but I don't want to be transported in a world where I'm gonna get killed.
That's true. But if it's not in the top 10 that we discussed, if there is like an ideal world like pop culture or something that you made up, where would it be and what is it like there or why? Why would you want to be transported in that world? Any.
You know what? I'd be okay. Well, in a world where they have running water.
Drinking water. Yeah, that's
Yeah, running water.
basic hygiene.
Yeah,
You know.
basic hygiene
Whoa.
and good food. Not just because salt and leaves. Yeah, no. If you think about it, you are living in a world where so much convenience is it's part of your everyday life
Yeah.
that being transported to a new world might not be the best thing.
Yeah.
You are not equipped for it. Yeah.
Exactly. And we always have this romanticized version of
Yeah.
the fantasy world, the medieval world. Then you just have to think about it for a bit, like just go
Yeah.
through one day of your life and think of some of the things that you can do conveniently that you probably can't there, like plumbing, for instance. Well, plumbing.
Exactly.
I don't know how they do plumbing. How do you clean up after that? Just use leaves.
Exactly.
Is there water, stuff like that, soap, even stuff
Exactly.
like that.
And food,
Yeah,
like,
food.
will you be able to eat food from that world?
Yeah, like it doesn't. You don't just go into the market and buy them. They're probably way
Yeah.
beyond your pay grade.
Yeah.
You may have to
Yeah, probably most of your food will be just boiled things.
yeah.
Boiled stew, boiled meat, boiled vegetables. And probably there won't be any salt to that.
Yeah. And then you'll have to probably grow your own food by then. That's
Exactly.
gonna take a while. Or if you buy it from somebody, you still gotta earn that gold or whatever
Yeah.
currency they're using.
Yep. And you're not equipped for that world. You are basically not basically built for that world. Your immune system is not built for that world.
Oh, there's going to be a lot of diseases. Well, I don't know. I mean, you know,
Oh yeah,
there's a few that you
probably.
might be
I
able
don't know.
to.
Be immune.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then there's also a lot that
Yeah,
you're not
so-
prepared to like take on.
Yeah. It's gonna be very sad if you get transported and you die from a very curable disease.
Exactly. Yes, that is true. Then,
So yeah, I'll probably choose like Horizon because they have self cleaning.
oh yeah, that is true.
Yeah. They don't need to take bath. And they have food but they're not that great, but it's true. So how about you?
Probably want the same, or at least have immunity to poison and disease. just to get, because I know with my real life con score, I probably would not make it a day. Probably not. I'd probably get sick just by drinking water, and then
Yeah,
who
well,
knows what's in the water, anyways. And maybe better eyesight.
probably need to boil every water to drink.
Yes, boil the water, and then food. You need to hunt for food. Oh my god, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna survive that world. Yeah, just so many convenient stuff that we have today that we kind of overlook.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Why would you like? Why would you trade that off for a world that's well? There's magic, I believe. So if you get that, I believe life would be much
Yeah,
easier.
life would be much, but I mean, yeah, why would you trade it?
Only if you have access to magic.
Yes,
Yeah.
that would suck if you just got there and nope, you do not have
Yeah.
a single atom in you that is attuned to
Nope.
the magical weave of this world. Just does not.
Yeah.
You are not part of this world, so you do not have it. That's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be really bad.
Yeah.
Hmm. But yeah, I think I like my life as is. But if I were to be transported, yeah, that would be great to just have the base
Yeah.
immunity. Yeah,
Yeah. Exactly.
you just learn your way through. That would be a struggle.
And at least I should have a starting goal
Yeah.
if ever I get transported.
Yeah. But if all things were set to where you don't have those disadvantages, like just have the usual requisites to an Isekai where you go there and you're equipped somehow with
If I burn to
immunity
a real family,
yeah, and it's
I don't.
when you have like well, you're not overly rich or but you have like the basic needs down pat, like you're set. All you need to do is just make a path for yourself or create a story or something.
Probably Mushkut say that's like
Mm,
the more normal
normal
to be in. Yeah, the most normal.
slice
Yeah.
of life. Basically, just another like
Yeah.
a second chance, a
Yeah.
same world, second chance, same world. Oh yeah,
Yeah. With just access to a bit of magic, but
yeah,
it's not heavy magic. It's just soft core magic. You
yeah.
know.
Just a little edge, give you a little advantage and stuff. Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be funny. But then if everybody could do it,
You'll still. Yeah. Well, if everybody could do it, it's not very special that you would stand out. Yeah.
yeah.
That would be great.
But then we'll have people who'd want to do, who'd want to be overpowered. There'll always be people who would try to ruin the
Well,
fun.
there will always be people
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but it would be nice to like see what that would be like. Just,
I think about it. If I'm gonna be born in a noble family, I'll probably either the disappointment or that person who just very brutal and toxic person.
yeah,
Yeah.
I could see that. I mean, I'd probably
Yeah.
do the same. No, I'd probably be just lazy or still be the same. Still be the same.
Yeah.
Just have more stuff. Mm-mm.
Because if I imagine if I get transported to another world, what I would do is that still research history. So that's basically what I do in my life now. Not professionally, but as a hobby. So yeah.
That is
So yeah, if you think about it, that would be just a disappointment to whatever family you are in. You're not basically an earner. You're just someone to feed off from the family. Yeah.
Then you have, when you're super rich, you don't really worry about it.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
get inheritance.
I'll ask you a long while. Don't need to.
Yeah,
So with Gear,
you'll just wait.
yeah, just wait until it,
Someone dies off.
yeah, and you inherit more. Or maybe
Yeah,
you could just hire a bookkeeper or somebody like a financial planner who could do all that for you. Just make sure you have steady amounts.
or you could be that person since they might not exist in that world.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. And
You know what? If I got transported to another world, what I'm gonna do is start a Ponzi scam. So, for reasons, just because they did not know how that works, and still very sound appealing to them. Yeah, Ponzi scam might be the best scam available on those kinds of world.
oh yeah, and it works. It would work. I could say it
Yeah.
was working. That's gonna be crazy. Like,
Yeah.
have you ever tried that in a D&D game? Like, that's going to be the
We tried, but it's just too much to handle. If
NP.
for an adventuring party who does not stay in town
Oh
much,
yeah, that's true.
it's a bit of a hassle. Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. Maybe something that the DM can do for his NPCs, but
On downtime, yeah.
but
If you're the group who got downtime, like a regular town to go back to, yeah, you could do that. But then again, you'd be famous enough to
yeah,
be recognized. But then again, there's magic. You could just disguise yourself. Yeah. So pretty much doable.
as usual, we always have we have D&D injection every episode.
Yeah. Well, we're that kind of
Yeah.
people.
So,
Just talk D&D too much.
D&D, do we do D&D the next episode? We hope
Another
we
D&D.
hold off on it and see how many we could do before we crack and just talk about
Yeah.
and this turns
Yeah, we can
and
try
this
that.
turns into a purely D&D podcast after episode 6. The host
We just became the D&D.
decided that they would be discussing D&D. With all the isekais out there right now, it's pretty saturated. I mean, ever since Sao, I think, or maybe even before that, there's been a lot coming out.
Yeah.
So
Basically, yeah. SEO is the reason why Isekai is hated.
yeah,
And then there are trash Isekai out there that just add to it.
so that's what's the future of isekai then? Like, what's
Well, if yeah, because right now, Isekai in light novels, it's very prominent.
oh
There's just too much of them. Yeah, so I don't see them going away. But probably, hopefully, we'll get better stories out of that. Yeah.
it's gonna be hard breaking that formula and succeeding. So there's only
Yeah, because right now, like most of the light novels, top 10 of them are mostly isekais.
oh really? That's interesting. I
Yeah.
haven't looked at top 10.
So yeah. So then, since most light novels they're just adapted to anime, so yeah, you'll just get a lot of isekai probably.
Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why there's a lot of that coming up too, is because they
Yeah.
see that it's a successful genre, and well, it's something that would
Yeah.
appeal.
No matter how much people hated on
Yeah.
it,
They'll come back.
the market says otherwise. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah,
There's just still the market still crave for isekai. Yeah.
just there's so much. I feel like there's only so many iterations you could do for the genre. I mean, there's potential, but then it gets saturated to a point where it
Yeah,
becomes almost the elements become kind of redundant from one series to the
yeah,
next, and there's only a few could appeal. Like how many isekai reality to games can you really consume and say
yeah,
you like them all? They have to have something that would
yeah.
draw you in.
So
Yeah.
yeah, lately there are a lot of emergence from Isekai usually turns into medieval settings or medieval set. Yeah, but lately there's are a lot of emerging stories that deals more on sci-fi and galactic
Oh,
um yeah, galactic stories like interstellar travel, but isekai, yeah.
no, that
So Star Wars, but isekai,
okay. Interesting.
yeah. So there are new stories like that.
Yeah, and it's always a nice break to see. I've also seen like a lot of historical, like fictional history guys where yeah,
Oh
you go
yeah,
back to
yeah.
different.
Just
It's an historical era, but kind of fictional at the same time. Yeah.
I don't like that much kind of isekai because it's more of a self-insert.
Yeah. It's hard to like create character like it's
Yeah,
hard to make developments out of something that's pre-existing without yeah.
exactly. Yeah, because it's the past, and whatever you do may change
Yeah.
whatever the outcome of that specific world. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we know that it's gonna be here to stay. Here to say it's just
Yeah.
going to be a matter of stories, I suppose. Stories and characters.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
What is next for us? Our next episode. I mean, I think we plan to do the tablet, the drawing tablet, graphic tablet review
What? Oh,
tutorial.
are we
I
doing
don't
that? I'm
know
not sure.
how we could save
I'm
it.
just like,
We could
I don't
shelve
know.
it for a future one.
For a specific day on the
I
calendar.
have no specific day on it. Just
We could do that as like an April 1st
yeah, we
episode.
can do that. Yeah, we can do that. So for our next episode, though, maybe I don't know. Are you ready for more D&D?
Again, D&D. Yeah. We'll think it over. We'll talk it over,
Yeah.
and let's see what happens the next
We
episode.
also have manga and new
Yeah.
movies coming out.
The-
We have our
DIY remedies.
we have
If you-
series. We have series we haven't touched yet. Like, but what is new? Like, there's WandaVision. I think on the things that we're following.
Oh yeah, yeah. I need to start watching that
Yeah.
one. 'Cause-
And
but I'm really excited for Bucky and Falcon.
oh yeah, I think
Yeah,
I've seen
yeah.
that. I think I've seen.
Or Loki. Loki is the one I'm really waiting.
Marvel's doing a lot of work. Very nice.
You know what? If WandaVision is the key to Tobey Maguire being part of the Marvel MCU, I take that.
Oh really?
Yeah, I think there are in talks for a Spider-Verse where Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, and the old Spider-Man, I forgot his name, will be the part of the world. Yeah,
Okay, that will be
and Tom Holland too.
yeah, that will be interesting to see.
Yeah.
And they are working hard on that. Yeah, so we haven't even talked about series yet. Right, that's right.
And comics too.
comics.
Let's talk about comics for
The
some
next
yeah, for the
episode.
next
Yeah,
episode.
We could do
Yeah.
that.
I have not read comics in a while, so or probably it's a bit late. And just
Yeah.
not to spoil anything.
think the last one.
Let's not talk about comics that's still currently serializing. Just
So, like, what kind of comics?
Probably the House of M, or what else? Whatever is the latest. It depends. It depends. We'll just see. We'll just see how we should format it.
That works.
It's just there's a lot. Yeah.
That works.
All right. Yeah.
Okay. Once again, thank you for listening to our podcast, and you at least enjoyed hearing us talk and rant about our favorite things or our favorite Isekai titles. If you have an Isekai in mind that you think should have been included, you could always send it to us. And if you want to recommend something that we should watch, just send it to our email. The address is in the description. And what else? Yeah, if you have suggestions for us, any topics that you'd like us to touch or discuss, send it our way. Send us an email. If you like what we're putting out, don't forget to click like and subscribe, or save in your playlist if you're on Spotify.
And support us on those websites. Yeah. We'll start working on those other websites.
We'll start working on our websites after season 1 is done for Anani. Yeah. we will have our Facebook page soon. Do we need Facebook? You want Facebook or Instagram? What are people?
Let's just see. Let's just see.
Okay. Just stay tuned. And for now, we're on Spotify, and we're probably gonna be on YouTube soon as well. I'll check.
Sponsor us. Nothing.
What?
Go ahead. Nothing.
What else?
Sponsor us.
Oh yeah, sponsor us. Did I say that out loud? Yes, I did. But anyways, our podcast is on Spotify and will be on YouTube soon, and I think it's being distributed other platforms, but I'll check on that. So
besides the,
I think Red Circle does.
The famous
we
ones?
are hosted by Red Circle. We have we're working on the Red Circle, but yeah, so it's I think they're letting us distribute to these other platforms, but I'll have to look into it. And
thank you so much for listening.
And we don't have a message for our sponsors yet. We would like to thank a lot of people, a lot of stuff that helps. Yeah, that helps keep us going with this thing that we have, this podcast.
Yep.
Okay. And catch you next time on Anani's 5th episode. Did make 4 episodes already. Okay. And
okay, yeah.
I guess that's it. Thank you. Bye. Leaving you in awkward silence.